This week 5 NFL picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 to get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog. Sean, I was just starting to inform you, but it is a very interesting week in the National Football League.
I always like to ignore your pre-week thoughts because we're about to do a podcast where we talk for 2 hours, picking every NFL game against the spread, and you put out these weird mojo things of kind of interesting week, or easy week out there.
I would not classify this as a easy week.
Okay.
Not at all. I will say though, I feel like I have some fairly strong-ish plays.
Okay.
Full board. I feel like there's very interesting stuff going on, but there are a couple of games that I feel like
I like your Ryan reviews the week as a whole without getting into any specifics. Just keep it super vague.
Should we start reviewing?
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Sean, that's an off-season activity we rate each week once the schedule comes out.
Don't steal Colby's bit of rating each game, drafting the games.
Nice and nice. We don't do it like that. Just a whole like this week is going to be an interesting weekend. This is it's very clever what they've done here. Which, by the way, next week 2 Monday night games again.
No. Nice.
Yeah.
Wait, next week, not this week. Yeah.
Week,
okay.
Yeah.
I was
just just a lot of piece of paper around. I got the coach's grid. I got to make some manual updates to the coach's grid.
Oh, and look at the sheet. If you're a Patreon member and you get the behind access to the sheet, the checkerboard of color coded DVOA, adjusted line yards, sack rate, all in there. Feel free to slide into my DMs and explain it. But, yeah, no, tons of fun info there, and obviously people can check out the picks. Kramer, if you missed the Monday night props show that we did on Sunday night, you missed out on an incredible run. Kramer and I both went 4-0 with all our props, including Justin Fields anytime TD, which was a nice 220, 240, depending on where you got it. Kramer, of course, hit the Darren Waller first TD, rubbed it in my face because I didn't expect Darren Waller to have 1 touchdown, let alone the first touchdown, let alone 2 touchdowns. I kept the mojo going with the Bo Nix anytime, so we swept the board. 2 TDs, 2 first TDs. Great way to start the gambling or end the gambling week, I guess, with Monday Night Football.
We set the certainly that night as a whole, we set the gambling Twitter sphere / X sphere ablaze.
Oh, it was great.
It was an excellent night. It was just, saw the board really well, literally hit everything. It's one of those times you're like, why don't I parlay every one of these things together?
Well, and a couple of people did.
I love seeing
submit our entries and play all 7 of our picks there over on Underdog. And man, it's one of those like, why did I not do that? I thought of it. I was either I thought of it or I was sitting next to the guy who thought of it. We put it out on our show. Why have we never done a 7 entry? And Underdog's crazy because you can get up to like 5,000 X. And
are we gonna try to hit 5,000 with the man in the box tomorrow on the prop show?
I would. I mean, it would be pretty awesome.
I think we got to try, right?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll go as high as we need one entry of just as high as the ladder can go. See how high we can get it. The chat is lit.
But Sean, also not just crushed Monday night. There are a lot of already CLV in the Thursday night episode. We told you to bet the Rams now.
Yes.
Which if you did, you'd have 5.5 in your pocket.
Even I think
was it 4.5?
It was not 5.5. It was 4.5. Yeah. As the injury news has come out, it's gotten worse and worse.
It was going to move.
Yeah, I said when they make Mac Jones the starter, it's going to be at least 7, and it's gone over 7.
I'm flabbergasted.
How
are we so far ahead of the injury news? We knew Brock Purdy did not look good on that toe. It seemed very likely he wasn't going to play. And Shanahan, who's not transparent at all with injury stuff, he comes out and he goes, "I had a bit of a setback, not looking good." It's a quick turnaround to Thursday night. And it was crazy that it was not, the market didn't react until he was officially ruled out today. And then Ricky Pearsall ruled out, Jawan Jennings ruled out. So, and on the other side, not as noteworthy injury wise, but for some of the props, I was saying get in on Davis Allen, 2 touchdowns, Colby Parkinson, 2 touchdowns. Lots of
both
CLB
those guys, first touchdowns. Yeah, I mean the Colby Parkinson, MyBookie.ag promo code SGPN. I got it at 11-1. I think it's down to like 6-1, 7-1. So
350 and 6-1.
350. Okay, so I had 11 and 4-1.
I was irritated at the amount of CLV I didn't have, so I passed. We'll see
but I feel like that always kicks me in the ass of
passing,
not playing it because I missed out on a better price.
It will hit now.
any time it was like, oh, that's 5-1, and now it's plus 350. I'll stay away.
This is like
I'm one of these sharp gamblers who doesn't find enough value, and then meanwhile it's like, no, I like the play. I'm going to play it. So. Yeah, I feel like I
need limits for that. Like I guess 11-1 to 6. I'll still be happy with a 6-1, but it just doesn't feel as nice.
No, because then there were guys out there, aka me, sitting right next to you, celebrate my 11-1, and it would eat away at the joy. I know how I don't know everything, but I do know how the gambling brain works, and of course,
yes sir. You know I'm a degenerate.
And it was awesome also to hear from everyone. I'll always enjoy the comments over on Spotify. While you're there, toss us a nice 5-star rating and review. Smash that subscribe button. Kramer, I sent you a you're always in the AI streets. I've been trying to mess around with AI a little bit.
Oh no.
Had an arms race with Colby because I had an idea for a Grok photo image mashup. I sent it to you in Slack. I tweeted it out over on X, but I don't know if you saw the news. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Yeah, he's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Of course, maker of John Madden football. I mean, a bunch of like FIFA, a bunch of the basketball.
Pretty
games.
much all the good.
NHL, like back in the day, NHL '94. Jeremy Roenick. That was great when we had Jeremy Roenick on the show, and he just like was asking about NHL '94. He's like,
forgot about.
He's like, yeah, people mention that all the time. But did a little Photoshop because now they got EA got acquired by private equity, which now private equity just apparently means the Saudi investment fund.
Well, they have all the money.
They do. They have a lot of money. And so did a little Photoshop here that I was pretty proud of. Kramer, if we can pull it up. Look at that.
So is that the original?
That's the
John
original, or at least one of the originals. I think this one's actually, if you see in the bottom left corner, Ryan, that's for IBM. So this was actually for the PC, and this is John Madden with a traditional Saudi headdress on. It took a long time for to figure out exactly how to get Grok to do that correctly.
And you got it done though.
Yeah. No, I did. It took a little dialed in. It felt. I mean, this is exactly what I was looking for. Madden's head with that. I got to look up the word because that was.
There's something just off about his face that makes it hilarious.
No, I think they.
Or like the hair or something about it is like just a little too cartoonish. It's great though. And I will say this: you start once you start getting AI to do stuff for you, it's like having a little minion.
Yeah, getting it to do whatever you want. All right,
Mostly just Photoshop. It's pretty good at photoshopping stuff.
yes.
It is a you get used to how to tell it to do what you want it to do, and you can do some real damage.
Yes. No, it's yeah, you can get lost just tooling around in there. Although I know you've used it, Ryan, for like researching for stats and stuff. I still have not figured out how to actually have it help me with gambling.
I
stuff.
would say this. It's not. I'm not using it like I'm not using it like Google. So I think it's fairly effective at like replacing Google. But I think what I have it do is more about specific instructions, like take this data, put it like this.
Yeah, formatting. That
go
kind of
here and make notes on all of these blog posts. I've been trying to have it do practice. Like, so right now I've been playing around with feeding it a bunch of accounts. So I have a great list that anyone.
Is it one of these sharps who always needs accounts?
No. But I have a great list that anyone can follow on X.
Oh yeah,
that is just a bunch of NFL beat reporters for every team, like 2 or 3 for each team. And I've been playing around with feeding it that, and basically telling it, give me a synopsis for each of the 32 teams.
Oh, and you think that's been working?
I would say that it's not feeding. It's not. I haven't got. I think I need more accounts. So a DM for accounts, but it is doing like the data, because I'm specifically saying go to these accounts and extract information about each team.
Yeah,
and give me like 5 bullet or 3 bullet points or whatever. It's fairly effective at doing that. So yeah, stay tuned. I asked the Discord too. I was like, how does everyone aggregate their injury information? Because it feels like the one area where you can still gain a real edge.
It's also crazy because
it just
honestly,
takes a lot of manual time.
Sebastian, the DGen doc over on
Great
X there,
job.
He's one of the ones I always look at because.
How is he not blown up yet?
Yeah, like no one does a great job of putting together all the injury. I just want to go to one website and say, hey, here are all the big NFL injuries. I got to go to like here, read this guy's write up, because some people are just doing fantasy shit. Other people actually talk about offensive line and defense. It's very odd. So
and really what you want is you want the ones that are linking to some local newspaper or USA Today aggregate. And they're writing little synopsises of the injury report, so you get a little color. You get a little bit of understanding, like so and so DMP, but he was on the side and everything seems fine for Sunday. That little bit of extra sentence is, I mean, there are people charging for that information or like the aggregation of that information, and they don't even do a good job, and so definitely can't plug them, but. Yeah, no, I think it's kind of working. Now where it will fail you is if you say, hey, go make me a list of the last 50 like AP MVP winners.
Well, yeah, just even like basic. When was the last time the Rams won against Kyle Shanahan? They fuck that up all the time.
Yeah. So the way I would think about it is if what you're searching for is like a multi-layered query with a bunch of where clauses. It might find a way to give you some faulty data.
And I did get sidetracked. I was trying to merge Justin Herbert's head onto Osama bin Laden. We were, I was trying to come. Kramer and
I'm laughing because Terrell has multiple times sent me the Russ as Saddam.
Russ's Osama bin Laden mashup.
Osama bin Laden
are pretty awesome.
Saddam would be funnier.
Well, I go all of a sudden these Herbert people who would not shut the fuck up all off season about how Jalen Hurts is so much worse than Justin Herbert. They were victory lapping like a motherfucker after 3 games going, oh, hey, this was all of a sudden elite. And they finally got him help and just being insanely annoying. And I've said it. Herbert's off to a great start. Obviously had a horrible game against the Giants. Losing to the Giants as a 6.5 point road favorite is a bad loss on you, Justin Herbert. The difference in the game was Justin Herbert's interceptions that set up scores for the Giants.
That defensive line was
fire. Oh, but Ryan, it's not his fault. Well, he lost one of his offensive linemen. Like, no one will say Herbert had a bad game.
I will say the Giants not getting a lot of credit for the win.
It was just everyone
a little bit of credit, but most people it's like, yeah, the Chargers really shit the bed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, that's a lot of times is the story, and the Joe Alt thing was an easy excuse, but it's not like he was doing great pass blocking. Now, certainly it was early, whatever. But I was spitballing an idea to name the terrorists that are Justin Herbert fans online. Herbola, Herbola, like Hezbollah. What were some of the other ones? Her boss.
What did I say?
Hermas.
No,
like instead of Hamas, but Herbert.
I just said Hamasbert.
Hamasbert. Hermas. It has her in there. I think.
What about like an MS-13 type deal where you just J? I mean, I don't know. It's a tough name to work that in.
I'll go with Hermas, but I'm open to
Hermas. That just sounds like a male prostitute.
Well, right.
Hermas.
I could say like super European.
Yeah.
Hermas is
huge
charges. He's extra in Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo. Not bad for the sequel. All right, Kramer, let's get to the picks. What do we got?
We have picks. Let's bring up these beautiful slides that Colby made. Will Colby have made a mistake? We need
100%
minus 500. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And I would, if I'm sure Colby's watching, but get at because one team versus is a neutral site game in my mind. At is
the home team's going to be on the right side.
Right. I know, but I'm saying
Colby
blank at blank is how
instead of versus.
Yeah.
I'll provide feedback to the artiste.
Okay.
Picasso himself. All right, first game up, Thursday Night Football. We talked about how on the Thursday night show there's a decent amount of CLV to be had. Certainly on the spread, the Rams laying 8.5 now. Sean minus 330 on the money line. Niners plus 275. 45 is the total. The story of this point, like we said, Monday night 4.5. It then sat at 5.5 for a while. Even then, it seemed like Brock Purdy going to be out. I thought that was like the end of it.
Yeah.
Then all the injury news comes out. Pearsall, Jennings, Brock Purdy, all going to be out, and it just gets bet out to 8.5. So
smashed. It's getting smashed, and I believe rightly so. This isn't just a 49ers hater in me. I mean, this team is decimated. Pass catchers again. Why I thought. Maybe go the under on the Christian McCaffrey rushing yards on the Thursday night props is because he's gonna legitimately be like their number 1 or 2 receiver. Again, I still don't know how Luke Farrell was 50-1. I bet that earlier, and Tonges is like 25-1 for its touchdown. The tight ends for the 49ers because they're so incredibly thin for pass catchers. It's crazy. And on top of it, the injuries, obviously Mac Jones, who is off the injury report, but he wasn't like a couple weeks ago. He had even gotten a little bit banged up. You had a good nugget, Ryan, about Kyle Shanahan as a big favorite, or sorry, big dog. He's actually not good. To me, though, the formula is the 49ers. Their pass rush generated pressure on 16% against the Jaguars. That is their 5th lowest rate in a game under Kyle Shanahan. Why? Bosa. I mean, it's pretty simple. Bosa wasn't out there. Like it wasn't any. I mean, the Jags offensive line, fine, but this 49ers team cannot get pressure. If you cannot pressure Matt Stafford and you have Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, I just don't see how the 49ers. I get it. It's a division game. It's a huge get up spot for them. They will have some fans there. That certainly is what's gonna, if they do get the upset, if they do get the cover, it's gonna be because of those intangibles. And Shanahan historically has been good against Sean McVay here. But the 49ers inability to get a pass rush, you got to take the Rams, even though the number's out to 8.5, which is crazy for a division game. I think this should be 10, honestly.
I was gonna say, where do you think it gets to?
I wouldn't be surprised if it gets to 10. I mean,
there are some 9s out there.
To go to 8.5 to 10 is not really that crazy.
I think I have to. I normally I would be looking to go the other. So that's my first thought is, okay, they open this at 3.5 or even 3, thinking it's going to be Purdy, and then it moves 6 points off of Purdy to Mac Jones, or 5.5 points. Does that make sense?
What did you say? What
5.5? So this opened at 3.5, right?
Yeah.
Does it make sense to move this many points from a banged up Purdy to Mac Jones?
I don't think they were really. I think they were thinking Purdy was 100% and that Pearsall and Jennings were playing. So you lose Ricky Pearsall, who's he's basically your number 1 receiver right now, and your quarterback and your second receiver. That's
Rams
what
are healthy too.
Yeah.
I think we might have to be donkeys and join the public and lay it, right?
Oh, I'm 100% laying the 8.5. There's no way I'm taking this 49ers team. They're decimated.
Yeah.
And it's a short week.
So I have it at 5.5, small bet. Do I bet more at 8.5, or do I just throw it into teasers? It's a great teaser leg.
I know. No, I don't think this. I don't think this is a teaser game, honestly, because I think the Rams are going to blow them out, or there's like this. It's a division game, Thursday Night Football. There's a chance 49ers show up, but I don't see it. I don't think you're going to need to tease this down. And I saw some chatter in the YouTube comments. I've seen people mention it as well for Survivor. If you want to get interesting in here and take the Rams,
I don't like that move.
The Rams are, I think, a pretty good team. I would continue to save them. I mean, the 49ers are an opponent that's. I'm on the Rams here at 8.5, but I would say this 49ers Rams rivalry has been pretty intense. If there is one get up game in this 49ers team, it might be this game. That would scare me off Survivor. I think there's better spots this week and teams that you would want to use this week that you wouldn't want to use other weeks. So I would save the Rams.
Yeah, it just seems very much like this is a spot where they're just extremely banged up, and it's going to be a dud of a game. I mean, the totals come down a couple points as well. I guess that's a little scary when you're laying a big number, but yeah, Rams are playing good ball right now. So we're gonna lay it and throw it in. I'll be throwing it in a teaser. Sean, not so much.
No thanks.
Next up, we're headed back across the pond. This time to London, England. We're in beautiful Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where the Minnesota Vikings are technically on the road for a second straight week to face the home Cleveland Browns, also on a back-to-back road spot. Cleveland is catching 3.5 plus 175 on the money line. Minnesota minus 200. 36 is the total. It's a preseason
That's
total.
Insane. That's insane.
Minnesota's offensive line is likely to see 3 or 4 backups.
Yep.
When all said and done. Cleveland decides, hey, great time to put in Dylan Gabriel, see what he's got.
Now, conspiracy theorists. I know Terrell's in the chat. He's a big Shador guy.
What the heck was that?
If you're not watching YouTube, I'm doing my impression of Shador, who they were asking him about Gabriel getting the start over him, and he mimes, which is
I dug into.
I don't know. I don't have kids, but it seems like something like an 8-year-old would do.
According to the internet,
yeah,
he was fired.
Is this like a meme I don't know about?
Rex Ryan basically made some comments like, "Shut up, sit in the front of the classroom, and get better at football. If I know, the whole league knows." And so I guess according to the internet, this was Shador's response, was to not say anything. He is what an idiot. First, we find out and get confirmed from his father that he basically told the Ravens to fuck off.
Well,
Are you serious?
And this is not hindsight. When we found out about this a couple weeks ago, we said that's crazy. You never know what's going to happen. The Ravens are a much better organization. No person has ever gone to Cleveland and been successful. And if you're
Tyrod's had a long career, started as a backup in Baltimore.
I mean, look at a bunch of I'm trying to think of the other guys behind him, but it's not uncommon for you to show out in a couple games and then, okay, maybe a team trades for you. And supposedly the Eagles were in the mix, and the Eagles would be, if you're Shador, a great organization to go to, because hey, their QB factory, inevitably maybe not
with that cork Jalen Hurts in the way.
Cork,
yeah, like he can't air out his bottle. Can't play as long as Jalen Hurts is there. Yeah, he didn't want to play. He didn't want to.
But he might have been starting for the Ravens this week against the Texans team and really have an opportunity to shine. Instead, he's back. He's not even backing up Dylan Gabriel. Joe Flacco is.
Yeah. So back to this game. Worth noting, Minnesota taking the bye week next week. Cleveland said no thanks, and the NFL gave him Pittsburgh. I mean, I don't. We wrote this one down in the preview that Minnesota's second week here, even with the new fairness travel rules.
Well, I would say I did not necessarily subscribe to that. I graded both as losses for the Vikings when we did the game by game because I thought they were going to be starting a rookie quarterback with JJ McCarthy, and rookie quarterbacks have done horrific overseas. So I thought there's a chance they would lose both games. So if you had this JJ McCarthy versus Joe Flacco, I might be able to be talked into it. But if you have it Dylan Gabriel making his first NFL start in London on a crazy travel disparity, and not only does Minnesota have the edge because they're just going from Dublin to London, their body clocks are aligned to the time zone, etc. But Cleveland had to go from Cleveland to Cleveland to Detroit to Cleveland out to London, but they could only did the NFL assign them a day they could fly out? Because that again, you mentioned that last week, like it's ridiculous to make the teams sync up their travel when clearly Minnesota's already over there. Now, going back, Ryan, the Browns quarterbacks in their first career start since 1999. They are 0-16, averaging 14.1 points per game, touchdown to interception ratio 14-22, passer rating of 65.9. That to have 16 quarterbacks in a row and not one hit, not one to just have one good game, not accidentally draft the right quarterback. That is the QB hell that the Cleveland Browns fans are living in. They're a great sports town. Shout out to Cleveland fans, but you are living in quarterback hell. You roll the dice 16 times and you get snake eyes every single time. Kramer, we love playing craps. Imagine 16 twos in a row. Snake eyes. It's crazy. So this is to me is a fate of Dylan Gabriel above all things.
And do I like Flores?
Yeah, Brian Flores. I mean, Minnesota
he's good against rookies.
Minnesota does have the number one pass defensive DVOA. Vikings are 4-0 in London games. I don't know if that really matters.
Is Van Ginkel gonna play?
You told me no.
I'm going.
So why are you asking me?
Because we're setting up the topic. I'm basing this on the DGen doc himself.
So
he was pessimistic.
Now, do I feel great about Carson Wentz with 3 backup offensive linemen against that Cleveland Browns defense?
Maybe 4 offensive backup offensive linemen.
So I will say when we get to the props, and I'll do a deeper dive and see what the numbers are at. But Carson Wentz running around, Dylan Gabriel running around, I see that happening a bunch.
Any chance that what we did get from Dylan Gabriel consistently was the ball was coming out when that back foot was hitting.
And Judkins has looked good.
Any chance they just are? I mean, it wasn't getting the press that Russ was, but if you watch Joe Flacco, he's seeing the rush and he was looking down and he was cowering like an old man who didn't want to get hit. Is there any chance the offense actually improves a little bit?
Yeah, certainly. But again, it's a guy making it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Dylan Gabriel has some better games, but this first game, this first start, I mean, cue the conspiracy theories. They're kind of setting him up to fail. I mean, imagine if they made Shador make his first start in London. The talk shows would be and Cedric Tillman is out, one of their better receivers.
Yeah.
And going back again, small sample size, but Jags have done the back-to-back London thing, and they were 2-0 straight up an ATS in both those spots there.
That's
now,
why
obviously,
we like it, right?
you're traveling from London to Dublin, so it's slightly different, but certainly a huge advantage for them. All over the Browns here.
Couple things.
Or sorry, all over the Vikings.
Couple things to clean up. They are actually going from Irish or Ireland standard time to British standard time.
Is that a 1 hour difference?
No, it's no difference, but
okay.
they're different time zones. I just wanted to clean
classic
that up.
Ireland. Yeah, fuck you, you limey pricks. We have our own time zone.
Also,
do you set your watch still at the Queen's Greenwich Mean Time? Yeah, sure, but fuck you, Britain.
no, we don't call it that. Yeah, I think I think it's hard to. I don't understand making the change this week.
Very odd choice.
But it must be simply because Flacco is completely cooked, and making Flacco still the backup tells us what they don't trust Shador to play in a real game. That seems crazy. So I'll be very curious as to see what happens to Shador after the season. But for now, yeah, I think you got to lay the points. I think also this is one where you bet it early, but play the first half.
I don't need extra action on this game.
Cleveland in the air right now, from what I understand, or maybe they're there.
Birds
right
in the air.
Birds. In the
Judkins air. And going back to Judkins has looked good, fun fantasy guy, and he's got nice juice. So Minnesota laying the 3.5. If you're looking,
and I will. I mean, you know what? Tune in to the prop show because I have an absolute banger of a prop for this one.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna dive deeper for the prop show, but I think the rushing of both Wentz and Gabriel could be interesting. So
I'm talking like way like north of 100, 200, 300 to 1 in this game.
Was it like 9 defensive touchdowns?
No, well, you'll see. You'll see.
Defensive touchdowns should be even money. Hey, if you're looking to bet touchdowns, sides, totals, you can bet it all over at mybookie.ag. Bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. Score 100%. Bet back bonus up to $500. Look at Jalen Hurts up there, just on an incredible run. You got Aaron Rodgers, Ryan. Not to toot my horn, knock on wood, but Steelers. Do they have the AFC North cornered? I'm not celebrating yet, but they're certainly in a good position.
Don't
with Lamar being
yet.
hurt, with Joe Burrow being hurt.
That is a. I mean,
that's the only bad
Cooper
thing about
Rush is not a bad quarterback.
It's the only thing about Dylan Gabriel is it crushed the Joe Flacco 100 to 1 to lead the AFC North, and he certainly had a path if they would have kept him in. So many fun bets over at mybookie.ag. Use that promo code SGPN. Get 100% bet back bonus up to $500. T's and C's do apply. We're also brought to you by Novig. Love Novig. Look, I'm in the state of California. I got my Novig app open right now. Of course, sign up for Novig. Download the app. Very easy to sign up. Spend $5, get $50 when you use the promo code SGPN. Available in so many states. Look at this. I hit the pro football tab, Ryan. We were talking about the Rams minus 8.5. Oh, don't like that price. The numbers gotten away from us, but not as bad when you're minus 8.5 plus 100. That's right. I'm looking at the game we just talked about. Vikings minus 3.5 plus 100.
My God,
get in. It's an exchange, which means you're going to get the best price. Promo code SGPN. Download the Novig app. You're going to like it. That's Novig. Promo code SGPN.
all right. So, and worth noting on that last game. Both at DK and Circa, big bets coming in on the Browns. So something to monitor because it does seem like this line's also everything I've read previous to looking at the bet splits would indicate to me that I think the point spread would get bigger. Anyway,
yeah, so
everyone's going to realize
it's going to be up to like -4.
I certainly think it's better chance it gets to 4 than 3.
Yeah,
easily.
I would agree.
All right. So Sunday they gave us 6 games in the early window, Sean.
Perfect. We got 8 TVs.
7's perfect. 6 is what we gotta think about something for this other TV. Maybe 2 red zone channels. Double the Scott Hansen. Dolphins head to Carolina to take on the Panthers in the first of the early slate. Panthers will be a close your eyes special as they underperformed the spread by over 21 points last week, and they are a dog this week. They're catching a point, Sean, similar to the Falcons last week. -105 for the money line. Dolphins -115. 44.5 is the total. Both of these teams have not been good. The Panthers have been more not good. Their win was very fluky. In some ways, the Dolphins, like maybe recency bias, but the Dolphins at least having an offense, getting a win, Darren Waller being a key part of that offense is going to be interesting going forward.
Yeah, but they lost Tyreek Hill, who was actually kind of decent, gave them a decent amount of production.
Your Waddle OPOY ticket.
Ryan, don't make me brag about my Jalen Waddle 601 offensive player of the year. Well, Panthers is a close your eyes special. Tua versus bad teams. If you're betting the Dolphins, that's where it starts. Tua versus bad teams. But when have the Panthers shown a pulse? It's at home. That's the only time this Panthers team shows up. I get it. They're ugly. It's not a good spot for them. They are a close your eyes special. So there's not a ton to think about. I am going to be on the Panthers here. They're just noticeably way worse on the road. Whatever Bryce Young does right, and it's not a lot, he does it better at home. Ted McMillan against this Dolphins secondary, I think is going to the Dolphins defense. Storm Duck, whoever's filling in for that character, Ted McMillan is going to eat his lunch. And you saw Justin Fields kind of run all over the Dolphins defense in general. I mean, that scramble he had was crazy. I think the Bryce Young rushing props will be alive. I think he's going to be scrambling around a bunch. The Dolphins have a very bad defense, 31st in defensive DVOA. Now they're on a short week as non-conference road favorites. No, thank you.
So, yeah, I will continue to go to the church of the close your eyes special. 3-1 ATS this year so far. The Panthers are very banged up as well.
Oh yeah, I mean, the Panthers suck and they're injured. That's an easy handicap against them. But I think short week for this Dolphins team. Tua feeling confident. That's when you want to fade him. And
Darren Waller certainly going to show up on the injury report with a soft tissue injury. He
said he felt like he was on drugs out there.
He was limited. I mean, his first. You go back and watch that first touchdown, Sean. Like he did work to get his feet in. Like that was an amazing catch. It does seem like he'll be banged up, but look. Certainly, you could blink and see Siachan running for 80 yards or big explosive plays happening. But I'm with you. Like I said, I'm on the close your eyes special. I was just trying to make the case again.
The Panthers are a very different team at home, and that's really where you need to focus your energy on. Besides the close your eyes special, and of course, you're fading this quarterback as a road favorite.
And Tua Tagovailoa, the quarterback.
So no
Tagovailoa.
Will you be playing any Nick Westbrook-Ikhine props?
Ryan, you know me well. This is like a gambling marriage because I had Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, Malik Washington props. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine first touchdown is probably going to be my cue.
I think he's going to be the fill-in on the outside. I think Malik Washington. Yeah, I think Washington. Well, that's what happened in the last game. Washington kept his role, and Westbrook-Ikhine basically came in and played as the number 2.
Let's give me the Panthers +1. Kramer.
Yep, and at +1, it's a very we probably want to wait for 1.5, but solid teaser leg. Solid.
Don't tease the Panthers.
It's a close your eyes special. Don't overthink
tease the Panthers.
Dallas game number 2 heads to New York to take on the Jets. Dallas is catching all the action somehow right now. Don't quite understand that. -2.5 on the road.
Best game of the year. Dak's in the MVP conversation. I sometimes when I see stuff, I get instantly enraged, and I have to remind myself, hey, you have followers. You don't have to be like you know the line doesn't compare.
Yeah, the line
doesn't. What is it?
The lion doesn't concern himself
with the sheep.
Opinions of the sheep.
When people are saying Dak should be MVP. Like, no, you have to win games to be MVP.
Well, you know, he's doing a lot with a little down there. Dallas is laying 2.5 on the road here, which is pretty wild. -140 on the money line, +124. The Jets 47.5 is the total. So, I mean, the Jets seem to be able, I mean, we didn't get into it too deep, but you did repeatedly say the Dolphins defense sucks.
Yes.
I mean, the Dallas is in that same boat, arguably worse than the Dolphins in a number of metrics.
Oh, yeah.
And so could we see Justin Fields get loose? Garrett Wilson, maybe the passing game is going to look okay.
Yeah. I mean, Cowboys somehow are 32nd in rush defensive DVOA and pass defensive DVOA. One of the like, it's hard to be dead last in both, because inevitably, like if you're really bad at one, the teams will do, they will just keep doing that. And then so your other metric, whether it be pass or rush, will end up becoming a little bit better because teams won't bother exploiting it. I think this is a great spot for the New York Jets. Now, the New York Jets as a whole this season, the defense continues to be a massive disappointment. As someone who was like slightly more optimistic, I didn't think the Jets were going to light the world on fire. I thought they could get to like 8-9, 7-10. But the defense has really kind of been way worse than I thought. The offense continues to struggle. The Braylon Allen fumble just can't happen. And that game in Miami was a really bad look for Aaron Glenn. I get it. It's a culture change. You're shifting, but there was just so much sloppiness, so many boneheaded plays. Like not even just like, okay, this roster isn't there yet. Just horrible, dumb shit that if you're a coach with any sense of discipline, you cannot let happen. There was a lot of reporting about him just unloading on the team after the game. Well deserved. They earned it. Now you're
Does
going.
that work?
Well, we'll see. I mean, it can't hurt. I would tell you this from what I've seen out of this Jets team. The positive for the Jets are Dallas played an entire extra quarter of football that was emotionally and physically draining that ended in a tie. Now you go out on the road as a non-conference road favorite. No fucking thank you. Braylon Allen being out is annoying because he was playing well for the Jets. I had him to get some rushing touchdowns in there. CeeDee Lamb is still out. And actually the Jets, the advanced like spreadsheet stuff was kind to the Jets because they had some very good early down success. And I know I'm like a broken record, but the Cowboys are very bad against scrambling quarterbacks. They let Jalen Hurts get 2 rushing touchdowns. I'm probably going to be back tuning into the prop show with our buddy CJ, who swept the entire prop show, including, and I think there's some plus money in there. Obviously the Fairbairn auto plays.
I knew
5-0 for CJ.
I knew
bottom line bombs.
I knew I liked a lot of those plays he was giving.
No, I mean, we were on a heater on the props, and CJ crushed it. We crushed. I think I went like 3-2 or 4-1. I'll have to double check, but great week on the props. All that being said, we're always going to fade the Cowboys, but this could be a legit play. Give me the Jets plus 2.5.
Yeah, a couple other notes. You take the 2.5. You don't let.
Oh, classic note.
Also, who's filling in for Braylon Allen? Who's the running back 2 now?
I think Isaiah Davis might be interesting.
Oh, yeah. I think you got to pick him up.
Yeah,
I don't think a lot of people pick them up.
No, and it's weird because like now Breece Hall should get some more stuff, but they also liked Isaiah Davis already, so it'll be interesting. But I think Isaiah Davis could be a play as well. I'd probably be playing him touchdowns if I don't want to check at the Justin Fields touchdown price because I'm going to get too excited and distracted, Ryan, during the show.
I'm going to be very.
What do you think they're offering his touchdown price?
Justin?
Yes. Now I
mean,
said it was ridiculous last week.
240
it
at
was
open. Is that what you got last week?
That was last week. Yeah.
And it closed what, about 190?
Yeah, I think, but there were still, I mean, day of pregame show, we were talking mybookie.ag promo code SGPN at 2-1.
So, and he's hit it now in both. So it's probably plus 120.
Yeah, they finally woke up, but
is that what it is?
Green Book had it at plus 135. Okay. So good guess there, Ryan. And let me see what the Blue Book.
Blue Book will have a better price.
No, plus 130.
Okay.
So, and the
it's ruined.
2 TD market. Oh my God, you fuckers. 2 TD markets down to 10-1. I still
no. This
like
is
it,
the game
though.
where you play the Justin Fields passing touchdown ladders. Like, what if he gets 5?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a good game for the Jets offense. The Cowboys defense is just horrific, and just this is such an emotional
Jets defense
and physical
needs to show up too.
And the Jets are literally winless, getting points against a sub 500 team. That's a strong play.
Jets defense has been pretty bad as well. So
I was doing an inventory, Ryan, of some positions, and I was delighted when I remembered that a tie hurts you in the win total competition, or in any sort of win totals.
Yeah.
So looking at the Cowboys under win total, you know, in your head, you're like, oh, they did good because they covered the spread, but then you're like, oh wait, a tie. They didn't. So it's essentially a loss for a win total.
Erase that game.
Yeah. And in Circus Survivor, I assumed everyone knows, but we should remind people: ties are losses. And again, shout out to CJ who brought up the idea that there was going to be a tie this week. Didn't quite pick the game, but shout out man of the box.
I mean, when was there wasn't a tie all last season, correct?
No. We and
he knew there was.
As I mentioned, we were due for a tie.
What kind of sorcery is this man getting into?
I would have never guessed the Cowboys Packers being a tie though.
All right, last thing I'm just going to quickly look up the Fields alt passing touchdown. Fields to throw 4+, 26-1 against the Cowboys.
Yeah, my bookie has I didn't think my bookie would have it up. They have it at plus 129. Don't mind me, Ryan. I'm just gonna go stash a little bit of that right now.
That's the Justin Fields anytime.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'm talking about his 4 passing touchdowns.
Oh, I don't give a shit about passing.
Come on, it's the Cowboys. They give up passing touchdowns.
He's even though he missed a game and a half, he's still hanging around for most rushing touchdowns in the league.
Yeah, that's right. What was that, like 15-1?
No, for the league. The league it was 150-1.
Oh, that's right.
So give me the Jets plus 2.5. And Kramer, you're also on the Jets plus 2.5.
I mean, we've had a number of great teaser legs already. Just throw this in the pile. The teaser segment is going to be very spicy. Game 3.
I don't know about teasing the Jets.
No,
I do like it because of how bad the Cowboys defense is. But
stay tuned to later in the program when we'll break down our teasers in great length.
Great tease, Ryan.
Yep. Tease the tease. Game 3, the Vegas Raiders head to Indy to take on Mr. Jones and the Colts, who continue to be upgraded. This game was in my notes as one of the biggest movers, going from 1.5 in May to 6 last week and now 7. Colts managed to get upgraded after losing a game, which probably fair. Was a good game. Indy's now laying a full touchdown against the Raiders, minus 320 on the money line. Vegas plus 265, 47.5 is the total. On one hand, Vegas, like the yards per play is hilarious from last week's game. I believe they outgained the Bears by 2.5 yards per play and found a way to lose. Of course, they boned my tail of the tape, costing me a cool $5,000. And yet here I am again, looking down the barrel of wanting to fade the Colts because there's no way I'm laying a touchdown with Daniel Jones, which puts me squarely back on the Raiders. And so, Sean, tell me why you're on the Colts.
Oh, I love the Colts here.
Yeah.
This is a great spot for the Colts. Coming off a hard fought loss to the LA Rams as predicted. I know I locked it up. Kramer, I think you were also.
Oh yeah,
that was one of my locks you copied. Lou Anarumo came out and said it was his fault for only having 10 guys out there for Tutu Atwell.
This is for or against you.
Thank you, Lou. Appreciated that. Well, he apologized, which no need to apologize. I benefited from that. Thank you, Lou. No, this is a great spot for this Colts team. You talked about we talked about the ceiling case. At least I highlighted it in the offseason, and we are kind of seeing it for this Raiders team, starting with their offensive line. Offensive tackle Colton Miller, he's out with a high ankle sprain, and that really has been what has been submarining them. Also, Geno just looks horrible.
No, that's what's been submarining them is Geno's interceptions.
But
they
also,
win the game if he doesn't throw 3 picks.
Sure,
if he throws 2 picks, they win the game.
But in general, Ashton Jeanty, why has he not been playing well? Because he's getting his ass kicked behind the line of scrimmage because the offensive line can't win the line of scrimmage.
He looked pretty good last week.
Yeah, he did against the Bears defensive line. This Colts defensive line is much better. That was at home for the Raiders. Now look at the Raiders. We mentioned this and we ignored it previously, Ryan, when they had a bad rest disparity against the Commanders. But not only have they get boned, maybe Mark Davis, something personal going on with the league, but their travel schedule has just been shitty. So they first game fly out to New England, second game back to Vegas, third game back to the East Coast for the Commanders, fourth game back to the Vegas, and then fifth game back to Indianapolis. So they've gone Eastern Standard, Pacific Standard every single game. Geno's looked horrible. I think Pete Carroll is kind of losing it. And your point, yeah, GT 138 yards, and they still lose to the Bears at home. Now you're going against the Colts. I thought they were going to suck coming into the season. I thought Daniel Jones sucks, but against a Raiders defense that made Caleb Williams look pretty good, I think this Colts team is going to eat, especially with Jonathan Taylor. We mentioned Indiana Jones and his whole thing, but I don't think he's going to need to do much. They're just going to shove it down the Raiders' throat. The Raiders are going to get pushed around. The only pass rusher they have is Max Crosby, and even him, I think the Colts offensive line, they can keep a tight end in and still get guys open down the field. And Jonathan Taylor is going to eat against this Raiders pass defense, or rush defense. So I love the Colts laying the 7 here, and you can probably find a 6.5.
Really? You throw in the 6.5 out there?
Oh, I think DK has 6.5, but I'm fine with the 7.
Yeah. 7's a good number. I mean, I think I'm just I can't lay this number with this Colts team.
Why?
I just can't. I saw it started happening. Daniel Jones started turning back into a pumpkin.
That was on the road against a much better defense.
Sure, but you had the nugget when he's forced to get off his first read.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's more film on him now. This is the exact time.
Totally agree. But yeah. I don't think the Raiders defense can do that.
Okay. Yeah. I trust that Patrick Graham will be able to confuse Daniel Jones.
Okay. Man, I love this game.
+7. Give me the Raiders.
Raiders.
Game 4. The Denver Broncos coming off Monday Night Football. They're heading to Philly to take on the Eagles, who do have the Thursday Night Football game next week against the Giants. Eagles are laying 3.5 at home here, -215 on the money line. Broncos +185, 43.5 is the total. I believe this opened a little bit bigger, got bet down, I suppose. This is an interesting spot because on one hand, the Broncos kind of a little bit of a high point, I would say. They're got healthy, coming off a dominant win against a complete trash opponent, and now they go across the country to take on the Eagles, who are mostly healthy, but words swirling around the building or outside the building. AJ Brown causing problems already. The offense not able to throw the forward pass.
Yeah.
an elite defense.
How much they lose by last week?
An elite defense could shut down maybe that run game, and Jalen Hurts can't throw the forward pass. Now we're in trouble, especially with Dallas Goedert banged up, missing practice on Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, has those been issues they've dealt with this entire run?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'm explaining why it's an interesting spot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I love.
Well, I mean, in fairness, AJ Brown wasn't being a petulant child.
Oh, you called him a petulant child. That book right behind me was
just now.
The petulant
We're
child.
We're talking this season.
Okay, but in this run where they've literally won,
but he came out
20 games in a row. He came out and he showed,
apologized.
He showed some emotional maturity.
The social media message wasn't about anyone on the Eagles or in the building. It was just him being a petulant child.
I mean, as far as diva receiver stuff goes, it's very low on the totem pole, and it's classic young person. He's a young person who's awesome at his job, and he doesn't know how to express himself. It's the social media thing, and a lot of young people are good at their job. We sometimes see this in our organization, create unnecessary problems, but it's like, hey, come on, we're all in the same team. Why make things more difficult? Your passion should not be used against you. Your passion, use it. We want to see you out on the field dominating. We're on the same team. You don't need to be fighting us. Or whatever the social media stuff. So he's a young person. He's still going to go out there and ball. The matchup, and yes, the Eagles.
Well, he's not going to see the ball this week because he got Surtain. So he's just going to be angry again after the game.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really care. The team's going to win the game. They're going to cover the number. I would say this: the matchup that really intrigues me, that I'm very excited to see, this Eagles defense against the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix, because I think the Eagles kind of have the perfect defense against what Bo Nix does well. Bo Nix and Sean Payton, he likes to move the pocket. He likes that boot action stuff, and it can work. You saw it work against the Cincinnati Bengals secondary that's not athletic, that doesn't close well on the ball, that doesn't tackle well. Meanwhile, that's the strengths of this Eagles defense. You mentioned Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain went out of his way to say how amazing Quinyon Mitchell has been playing, NFC Defensive Player of the Week. On the other side,
probably going to do a jersey swap too afterwards.
Probably. And that's the other thing. That's disgusting. The NFL should step in. You're not allowed to jersey swap after a tie game. Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott, burn those tied jerseys. That's insane. Cooper DeJean has also had an awesome season. Jahad Campbell has had an awesome season. So you have these athletic guys who are great at tackling in space. Quinyon Mitchell, Jahad Campbell, and Cooper DeJean. This is the perfect matchup for that Broncos offense. So I think they're going to turn Bo Nix over. That's going to be the difference in the game. And yeah, you don't have to throw the forward pass. It doesn't matter. We don't have to run the ball. Somehow they just keep winning games. Jalen Hurts has only turned the ball over once this season. He's not going to turn. If he does, maybe one turnover. We're certainly going to win the turnover battle against Bo Nix. And this is a sweet spot for Hurts. 15-5 ATS in home games, where he's either a dog or favored by less than 6 points. That's what we're looking at right here. And it doesn't matter that they don't pass. It doesn't matter. The passing yards, the fantasy footballification of the NFL, it doesn't matter. This Eagles team is going to show up. The defense is going to have a great game against Bo Nix, and the offense is going to have legit chips on their shoulder. So look out. Now Nick Bonito is having a great year. He's getting a ton of pressure. He has at least 6 pressures in all 4 games this season. That's kind of insane. And the Eagles offensive line has been dealing with some issues, some injuries, etc. Everyone is going to play, but they might not be 100%. So the concern would be Bonito going in there and wrecking shit. But I trust the Eagles to figure it out, get a win, get a cover. This is going to be like every other Eagles game. It's going to be a 1-score game, and that's why you can trust them to cover the 3.5. It's going to be like 24-16 Eagles.
What stood out to me is how dominating Denver's front has been, and how bad the Eagles front, at least according to the numbers.
No, the offensive line is
adjusted line yards, 31st offensive line, 31st defensive line. Sack rate 20th offensive line, 25th defensive line. That really stood out to me. Now,
sure, I mean
I
that,
agree.
that probably speaks to how you can ignore some of this stuff because they have a good defensive line and good offensive line. Now, offensive line isn't playing as well as it has. It's not the dominant force it has been in previous years, and you see that in Saquon Barkley's lack of success so far to start the season. But I mean, come on, they're not. What was their adjusted line yards?
31st on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, that to me is not that they're not 31st offensive and defensive line.
It makes more sense to me on the offensive side. Their non-quarterback run game's been pretty abysmal.
Yeah,
but on the defensive side, it's a little surprising. I think it speaks more just to like there's probably not enough sample because there is some adjustment for opponent here that is probably a little messed up because it's still a small sample size. That being said, this defensive front for as much as I also agree with what you're saying with, I think they'll have a plan for Bo Nix. You have the Vic Fangio revenge spot against the Broncos organization.
Oh yeah. Didn't even lead that in.
We generally like to lay the 3.5. There is an element of a lot of people are talking shit about the Eagles being an undefeated team, which
they have
is a
rabbit
little,
ears and antennas with that kind of stuff. And when you I mean, much like Michael Jordan, who Jalen Hurts admires and I'm sure looks up to, like almost any athletes, he's a Jordan athlete. You find things to generate motivation. When you go, I saw Terrell saying yawn in the chat. Yeah, it is boring when you're just winning game after game after game. You have to figure out motivation. And certainly there's a lot of stuff to motivate this Eagles team at home coming into this game. This could have been a sleepier spot if it wasn't for all the drama. The drama fuels this team. We've seen it a number of times when there are these like, oh, stuff buzzing. You remember the Steelers game last year when everyone was down on Hurts and he came out and lit it up. Like this stuff seems to motivate them and the play calling. So
Goddard's playing.
Goddard, I don't know.
That's he's been so critical to that. I mean, he's been arguably the best part of the passing game. And you know what? Give me Denver. If he's not healthy, I was very close to taking the Eagles here, but if he's not healthy, they're not. If they can't run the ball or pass the ball,
but they didn't run or pass the ball last week, right?
Is Jalen Carter going to be healthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jalen Carter, Lane Johnson are playing now. They might not be 100%, and I do think Goddard's playing, but I'm not as sure. It's a legit coin toss, I would take that he's playing.
I saw that Lane and Jalen Carter were at practice.
Yeah,
today. Saw that.
Dallas Goedert DNP.
Didn't see him.
I think that could be rest from what he was dealing with previously, but I don't know for sure. It could have been a new thing. We're taping this Wednesday night, but I would predict if I had to choose between one or the other, I would say he plays, but certainly way less certain than Carter or Lane being out there. Now Carter or Lane might not be 100%, but they'll be out there.
All right.
Give me the Eagles laying the 3.5.
Game 5. The chat was wondering if you were going to take the Eagles in this one.
No,
they know you're a big.
You act like you're not a homer. You're the craziest homer of us too.
They know you're a big Bo Lever, so you little torn there. You have the side piece and the main thing. You stuck with the main thing. Game 5 in the early window. The New York Football Giants. They head down to Nolans, where the Saints are favored in a football game. Sean,
we need a Sophie's Choice matchup graphic where it's do you take Jaxson Dart first road start or Spencer Rattler as a favorite? Pick your poison.
Saints laying 2 -140 on the money line.
Crazy.
Giants +120. 42.5 is the total. I guess the bigger question is what happened between last week and this week, because the Saints were +1. They were +2.5. The Saints were on the look ahead last week.
Yeah.
Now it's
Saints looked frisky against the Bills.
Sure.
And Malik Neighbors blew out his ACL.
Okay. That's
what caused the line movement. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just telling you what caused the line movement. I think the matchup wise, I mean, the Saints, I think they will be able to run the ball. The Alvin Kamara props are interesting. This was a fun little nugget about Kendre Miller. Or so Kamara, Miller, and Rattler only NFL trio this season with 45 plus rush yards each in a game. So that's kind of a fun little nugget. Taysom Hill limited in practice. Ryan probably won't play. I don't think they'll activate it.
It's good for the best ball shares.
He's in the window. I thought. Well, I mean, again, the injury reporting. I was drafted him a bunch in best ball. And then and then we start the season. It's like, oh well, he's never playing. I'm like, how did I miss this? I follow
he tore
all
his
this
ACL
shit.
late.
Yeah, but now the fact that they opened his window in week 4 here, that means like we have possibly 8 weeks of taking Taysom Hill anytime touchdowns. I mean, all my Christmas shopping is going to be fueled of just Taysom Hill garbage anytime touchdowns. Oh, 2 touchdowns.
He's 100% getting traded to the Broncos.
Kellen Moore lit up. Speaking of Christmas, like a Christmas tree, when asked about Taysom Hill and what he brings to the team.
Sean Payton's calling in that favor. He's going to be a Bronco. Are you kidding me? He needs that joker. Evan Ingram can't do it.
Yeah. This is Spencer Rattler, 9th quarterback since 1950 to lose his first 10 career starts. He would join Deshaun Kaiser, Jack Trudeau, Troy Aikman, Stan Gelbaugh. Is the only quarterback since 1950 to start 0-11 or worse, and he's favored against your New York Giants, right? He's favored.
I mean, their offensive line is very banged up.
Yeah,
multiple, like 3 guys on the injury report. Did you watch the game last? All right, so Neighbors went out in the first quarter of the game last week against the Chargers.
Yes,
a much better team, and the defense proceeded to wreck the game. You don't think they're going to wreck the game for Spencer Rattler? He's going to bust a long run. He'll definitely take his rushing yards. I think the longest rush is interesting, but man, did this Giants go look at all I've been cranking it to advanced pass rushing metrics all day, Sean.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter at number 3. How did they let Abdul Carter fall to 3? Cam Ward doesn't look very good.
No.
I mean, Thibodeau is having a great season.
Do we worry, Ryan? There's a little letdown. I mean,
no,
you got Jaxson Dart making out with Brian
Are you kidding
Table.
me? I mean,
you have to know when to.
No, I'm serious. They were making out. I'm not joking.
I mean,
they were like, I mean, that was the closest we've had to 2 dudes.
You probably got
out.
AI. There were some AI videos going around where
but I saw the real one. The real one was more intense than the. There was. I would not. I mean, does Brian Dable know how to quit Jaxson Dart? Because there was a powerful connection between those two men.
That's fine. They're talking ball.
Maybe
they're talking audibles. They're talking hot routes. Here would be my take on this game. If the Saints,
this is not going on the main TV. This is going on the side TV, right?
What do you mean?
I mean, the Eagles Broncos is the main number 1 TV. Okay.
Oh, did you have a problem having to watch the Eagles on a small TV last week?
You
acted as if you were surprised.
I thought in previous years we've done Red Zone on the big TV and both our TVs.
Oh, I'd be fine with that, but that was Jaxson Dart's first start against the Chargers, in which he fucking won, and no one is.
But winning games, Ryan, doesn't matter. It's about passing yards. It's about whether you're. I
did comp him to Jalen Hurts. I mean,
whether your receiver is tweeting the right things. This is the new NFL.
If you work a job in a cubicle and you want to get a little chub going in the middle of the day, watch the run that he had that got called back to holding, where he ran over a safety and then threw a stiff arm at the other fucking safety. All right.
You have to know when to.
Yeah, he won his first game against a very difficult opponent. And the response,
Joe Alt got knocked out. He didn't do it.
And the response is the market is to go bet the Saints.
I'll take
the Giants. Just figured out that Abdul Carter playing all his snaps at edge rusher is optimal.
The Giants are incredibly. I don't think Dable's a good head coach, but I don't think Kellen Moore is. I don't think Spencer Rattler should be a favorite.
Someone just reported that the play, like Dable can't. There's a path where Dable can't save his job. I mean like even success could lead to him losing his job.
Oh yeah. Again,
The GM is starting to really distance himself.
That's why the whole thing was confusing to me from the beginning.
Yeah. Well, keeping the GM and not firing the GM.
They
is
should
also
have. They
questionable.
should have clean swept the GM and head coach before the season, and you could have had a true reset and rebuild around what might be your franchise quarterback. Instead, you're going to have him learning a new system year 2. You're going to have Neighbors coming off an ACL. You will have a high draft pick, but I do like the Giants +2 here. Give me the Giants.
This is very crazy and disrespectful at the same time.
What?
Jaxson Dart going back to SEC country? Like you don't think he's been down here before? This is unbelievable. Darius Slayton coming back to SEC country.
Final question: do you believe in the moon landing? Yes or no? Do you believe America landed on the moon in 1969?
Really? We're going to talk about that, right? Well, I would say it's very likely we did not.
Yes or no?
No.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, you and Jaxson Dart are together because he does not believe we landed on the moon.
He's from Utah. He probably knows where they filmed it.
I look at Jaxson Dart and I think guy I trust for astronomy takes, astrophysicist.
Oh, I mean, any take you have against Jackson, you can't knock him after that game last week. If you're a ball watching football fan,
I watch balls. I watch moons. We landed on the moon. Giants +2. Kramer.
You don't want to Google at the time they shot the missiles into the moon and it reverberated like a bell.
All right, I'll put Kramer down for Giants +2.
I'm on Giants +2.
He hasn't picked him.
If you want, we can put that in the teaser pile as well. Game 6 in the early window. The Houston Texans, who have a bye next week, they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Ravens, of course, without a lot of players, but it seems like they're going to be without Lamar. Question mark. Baltimore's.
Oh no, Lamar's officially.
Is he officially out?
Yeah, they say he's going to miss a few weeks. He's not playing.
So, yeah, maybe the thing I read was a little bit dated, but I was reading a practice report and the guy it didn't flat out say that was the case, but maybe the vagueness became less or more specific later in the day. Hence why the line.
Yeah, they're reporting he's week to week, so he's not playing.
Okay. I would expect that with this number as well. Ravens +1, +105 on the money line. Texans -125, 40.5 is the total. This is another one of the big movers where this was Baltimore was 9.5 last week. And now they're +1. So Lamar Jackson's worth 10.5 points.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think it's that simple. It's not just Lamar Jackson. It's
the whole defensive
defense.
Backfield is out.
Yeah.
Roquan Smith's out.
Why was all over the Chiefs last week.
It's a huge move though, right?
What was the look ahead?
9.5.
Yeah, it probably should be bigger.
Really?
Yes. Matabuke out for the year. Marlon Humphrey, Roquan Smith, and Lamar Jackson. Those are all some of their best players. And they got their ass kicked and they quit on the game. Like that was just a lay down by the Ravens. It wasn't like they were non-competitive. They laid the fuck down. They didn't go for 2.
Is a problem.
Yeah, no shit.
Like
They're the worst. The Ravens defense is like this version of the Ravens defense it's worse than the Cowboys.
CJ Stroud, Nico
right
Collins, like they should light it. They should have a game finally.
Now this certainly you don't feel great about taking this Texans team, although maybe a little bit of a get right against the Titans.
They're kind of a mess though as well. Like the offense is a complete mess.
Who?
The Texans.
Yeah, but I would still take CJ Stroud over Cooper Rush. I think you could load the bot. Now Derrick Henry has done well historically against the Texans, but who is Cooper Rush going to throw to? I mean, like their pass catchers are banged up. I just don't see it.
Who's banged up? Just Walker's banged up. I think Zay Flowers is fine. I didn't see anything about D Hop or the tight ends.
All right. Yeah. I mean, what did Isaiah Likely do last week? I heard he was back and he was going to be an impact in the game.
No, I'm not. They had a bad game last.
Chidobe Awuzie,
defensive back.
Who's didn't play. Chidobe Awuzie, Marlon Humphrey, Lamar Jackson. I forgot Ronnie Stanley. That was the other reason why the line moved. Their left tackle, which is important. Lamar Jackson, Patrick Ricard, their fullback, who actually does have an impact. Roquan Smith, Devontae Walker. That was the pass catcher I was talking about. Nate Wiggins, other cornerback. This team is just
the cluster injury at cornerback
completely decimated. So this Texans team is very odd. I don't feel great about them as a road favorite, but yeah, give me Texans.
Is this the same as the Niners? Like there's just a schedule or an injury loss?
Yeah, I'm not taking Cooper Rush.
Man,
Cooper, if the defense was fully healthy and good, yeah, I mean they haven't been either. They
what scares me about this is how
they've gotten destroyed yardage wise. They've their other two games they let up 40+ points. They let up I mean how much did they let up again? They let up 37 to the Chiefs.
The Chiefs certainly got right against them. It's concerning how obvious this is. But yeah,
I mean, if you want to overthink stuff, then the case is on the Ravens, right? Because
that's why I said
no one's taking this. No one's taking this Ravens team.
Yeah, exactly. Who's betting on this Ravens team at 1?
Yeah, that's
someone that was someone that sees that the line moved 10.5 points off the look at.
Not me.
All right, give me Houston. Maybe is this in the pleaser bucket?
Oh yeah, certainly. This Ravens team is bad. All right. Hey, we're going to talk a little bit more picks before we do. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy, of course. So use the promo code SGPN. You can play $5. You can get $100 in bonus funds. Love me some bonus funds. They are very generous with the promos. They're always the 75% promo boost. You get they have a little like gift box button you hit, and there's always some good promo stuffed in there. Shout out to Underdog, always hooking us up. Kramer, what are we doing for this week's Underdog entry?
I mean, we just talked about Nico.
Okay.
Do we do something like that?
That's fun.
Let's see other player takes that
73.5
that I had along the way. I mean, we were discussing. I
mean, I like Bo Nix to throw an interception. We didn't even mention like Woody Marks seemingly kind of nice little breakout game. Good for our best ball.
Certainly. Yeah. Seems like he's starting to take over 1A from Nick Chubb.
I like, let's see. I like Wentz rushing because I think their offensive lines, he's just going to run for his life. With Myles Garrett on the other side.
He knows to run for his life. Sometimes he sticks around.
He'll take a bunch of sacks, but I think he will also run. I think Bryce Young is a good candidate to run as well. What do you like, Kramer?
Yeah, well, I mean, we want to play a Fields something?
Yeah, I mean,
let's play Fields.
Fields, rushing yards is 46.5. Do we take that, or do we just take him to get in the end zone?
Yeah, get in the end zone. Right.
All right, easy enough. Justin Fields higher rushing TD. Let me see what the Bryce Young. Oh, Bryce Young, super spicy. I kind of think Bryce Young is due to get in the end zone, but I realize it's a little bit of a reach.
It feels a little cute.
Okay. Carson Wentz. What do you think his rushing yards are at?
I mean, you have to make it in the 30 something.
Oh, they don't have his yards. They have his
cowards.
They only have his TDs. He's got he's got some nice TDs. Dylan Gabriel to throw an INT. That feels pretty good.
Yeah, I don't hate that one. Is that at all spicy?
No, it's the other way.
Okay,
it's mild. Bo Nix to throw a INT. Let's see if we can get that.
I don't like you fading your boy Bo Nix. It feels like this is a little bit. You're going a little over the top to make sure people understand.
Feel very good about the secondary.
I think we go with a pro Houston offense.
Okay.
One. So either Nico Collins or CJ Stroud, and we just say he's gonna 217.5 passing yards against the Ravens. Can he?
Yes. Come on.
Higher than that?
And
or do we go with 1.5 TDs higher?
It's his passing yards is 217.5.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I thought you said 212.5. Okay. Oh. Yeah, let's just take his passing yards. They got to let him rip. He needs a get right game. CJ Stroud higher 217.5 passing yards. Justin Fields higher a half rushing and receiving.
Hopefully.
All right. Well, then what do you want to do?
No,
if you're gonna jinx our entry
I'm
like
not.
that.
I'm saying hopefully.
Okay. It's very negative energy from you, Ryan.
It's a hope.
Are you upset about the moon?
No.
$100 entry returns you $345 over an Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is gonna betcha. You can also, not only can you build awesome models and win tons of money from sportsbooks, you can also win money from Rhythm itself. Yes, that's right. All you got to do is track some of your plays over on Rhythm. You can win up to $1,000, college or NFL. Use the promo code SGPN25. Get you 25% off. Download the Rhythm app. Get started today. It's super fun, super easy. You can build your own models, or if you don't want to do the heavy lifting, you can just let a Rhythm do it for you. Oh, Ryan, this is one I was talking to you about. There's a narrative angle about this that we'll discuss, but they like David Montgomery 2 TDs plus 285 as a fun prop over on there. Download the Rhythm app today. Use the promo code SGPN25.
See a lot of good questions about the moon in the chat. More questions than answers. Maybe we have our first.
The answer
episode.
is we landed on the moon.
Maybe this is the first episode. A little deep dive. 105. So that we're done with the early slate. 105 p.m. now on the West Coast. First of the 4-game late window. The Tennessee Titans on a back-to-back road spot are heading to Arizona. Take on the Cardinals. Cardinals with a little bit of extended rest coming off Thursday night. Laying a touchdown here, minus 400 on the money line. Tennessee plus 325. 41.5 is the total. And it's fair that you could say, how could anyone in their right mind lay 7 points with Kyler Murray in this offense right now? And I would counter with,
I think
because they're playing the Tennessee Titans. This is one of the more obvious plays on the board. Obviously love it in a teaser, but also like it in a pleaser. So play it all 3 ways. This is all almost certainly going to be a lock and probably on our card.
I mean,
this is a get right game for Kyler in the offense.
There's so many reasons.
Their defense is going to eat. They're getting healthy.
Yeah, against this Titans offense.
Will Johnson is probably back and he's mattered.
Titans 29th in defensive DVOA. Look at that tot go. He's going to be scampering all over the place. They showed a pulse coming back against Seattle, at least. Maserati Marv, he was like emotional about like how happy he was that he was able to contribute. I guess they had to remind him like, hey dude, you still lost the game, but he was very happy. Again, it's it's the fantasy football.
These diva receivers making it all about them.
Marvin Harrison definitely did, but I would never criticize any Marvin Harrisons for fear of reprisal. Google that.
No, definitely not.
Yes, this is a smash spot for the Arizona Cardinals. Smash. Again, the only reason you wouldn't take it is because it's quote unquote obvious. But Brian Callahan, 3-18 ATS. They Callahan fired himself from play calling and they got shut out.
They got worse.
What's your next move, dickhead? What do you do from here?
Well,
you already fired yourself.
I mean, the offensive line is not his dad's not doing a good job as the offensive line coach. You have to fire your dad.
They are doing
Callahan, their receivers, Calvin Ridley can't catch the ball. I mean,
Callahan is such a bad coach. I'm this close to asking everyone to apologize to Will Levis. This close.
You think
because everyone said, "Oh, Will Levis sucks." It was all Will Levis's fault. We kicked him. We spat on him.
Yep.
He cost us money. We look like total assholes. Little redemption story right now for us and Will Levis. Because it turns out maybe we weren't wrong. Maybe Will Levis is good, and there's one consistent piece of shit in Tennessee, and it's the head coach Brian Callahan.
Everyone gets right against this defense.
Cardinals 78 pressures in 4 games. I almost like the Cardinals defense against the Titans offense more than the others.
They haven't had that pop off game. And I mean, honestly, they're one of the defenses I have written in pencil on my round robin consideration.
Trey Benson is he's done. So that's going to be like DeMarcado, Michael Carter. Like, what are they going to do with the running back? That is something.
So
that's kind
Gannon
of
was asked if they envisioned DeMarcado taking over the 3-down role. He said, no, I think it's going to be a mix of the guys. We really like what we have in Bam Knight and Michael Carter as well. You've seen the fantasy streets are favoring Michael Carter over Zonovan Knight, but if you watch the whole clip, he smiles when he says Bam Knight.
Yeah.
So we'll see. He could be the short yardage guy, but I think they're going to use all three. I think it probably doesn't matter a ton. I think losing James Conner mattered, but
Cardinals beat up on bad teams. Now, Kyler Murray is a big favorite. It's usually kind of troubling.
Oh,
but this Tennessee team is just in such a laydown spot.
Yeah, I think we don't even really need to we just fade Tennessee until further notice.
What do you mean? I started doing that the middle of last year.
I'm just saying we can just take it off the board. We don't need to even talk about the game.
It's an auto fed.
Yeah, and with the extended rest too, and the continued talk about the offense, this feels like a real get right spot for that side of the ball. Game number 2, 1:05 p.m. again on the West Coast. The Bucks head to Seattle, the other team coming off Thursday Night Football, where Seattle's laying 3.5, -180 on the money line. Tampa Bay +155, 44.5 is the total. I think I would put this in the bucket of the weird games where I think I have to come around to realize that Seattle might be good. Sam Darnold might not be turning back into a pumpkin as quickly as I thought. And Tampa, and they are so injured. At some point, you would think like they just have a bad performance. I guess they were on their path to one against the Eagles before that second half.
Yeah, I love the Bucks here, Ryan. I'm surprised to see you giving up on them.
I'm not giving up on them.
It sounded like you were going to take Seattle. I like Tampa Bay a lot here. I understand the injuries. I understand the travel spot, but to me, the matchup that really makes a difference is that big fatty in the middle, Vita Vea. He can mess up any team that tries to run the ball against the Bucks with Vita Vea is in trouble. And I think the Seahawks team, they're not going to win games if they can't establish the run. Now, Seahawks defense has been playing really well. Weirdly, they're worse at home than on the road, especially ATS. And the Mike McDonald era, 3-8 ATS at home, which doesn't make sense. But I mean, it makes sense that Baker as a dog, he's the ultimate dog. 15-8 ATS as an underdog, covering the spread by an average of 5.6 points per game. Bucks haven't allowed a 50-yard runner since December of 2024. So I think if Seattle can't get it going with Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet, I think they're going to be in trouble. And the Seattle team, like they tried to lose that game against Arizona. They're always going to be like, are they going to blow this game? Are they not? I would be surprised if they really put it on this Bucks team. And this Bucks team, Todd Bowles is good off a loss. Baker's good off a loss. You get game 2 of Godwin, and no.
So I'm just going to read. I mean, their multiple defensive backs did not practice today. Baker did not practice. He's dealing with a knee and right bicep situation.
Yeah, but he played.
Sterling Shepard did not practice today. He's been involved in their passing game. Tristan Wirfs was limited. He seems fine, but the injury report is insanely long. I think when you look on the other side, I think everything you said about the defensive line is right. It's the same for Seattle. No Bucky Irving. That concerns me a little bit if I'm a Bucks fan. And just frankly, this feels like another one of those spots where this Bucks team is so banged up right now. They came off a very kind of poured out a lot in that Eagles game. And now they have to go across the country to face Seattle in a situation. I mean, at this point, Seattle at home might be one of the tougher defenses to face in the National Football League. Still no Mike Evans. So yeah, I'm gonna lay the points here with Seattle. Once upon a time,
I was saying you're giving up on Baker.
I'm not giving up. I think this ends up being an interesting game, but
this is when Baker shines.
Maybe
when you doubt him.
Maybe.
100%.
I like the Bucks. I want them to win the division. I have them in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying this was one of the games I did not have them winning.
You have them losing to the Jags
in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
But I probably had them losing to Seattle when we did this episode back in August. All right.
I also had them covered against the Eagles, so maybe you're not locked in on the Bucks.
That was probably the right side. That block punt in the end was probably the difference.
Okay, come on.
Special teams touchdowns tend to be a little bit more. If
they didn't get that touchdown,
variance.
they get a different one.
I'm just explaining that special teams touchdowns often are not something that is consistent or sustaining. Garth's doing gymnastics over
Garth
there.
is running
Detroit heads to Cincinnati for game 3, 1:25 p.m. on the West Coast. I imagine this was originally going to be America's game of the week. Now they have to reshuffle. Detroit getting all the action, -10, -500 on the money line. Cincy coming off Monday night, so on a short week as well, +395. 49.5 is the total. There reason to believe that this Cincy team has quit.
Yeah, I mean, I was all over that angle coming into the Monday night game with the Broncos, and I'm gonna run it back here again. Now, I guess they're at home, and maybe that's interesting. But if it was a different team, I could understand, or I could make a case of like, oh, let down, non-conference road favorite. But this is when Detroit thrives. Also, coming back to Cincinnati deciding to punt to the Broncos from the Cincinnati 42 on 4th and 3 with 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter while losing 28-3 with a surrender index of 15.25. This ranks as the 97th cowardly punts of the season and the 95th percentile of all punts since 1999. The Bengals team obviously cannot run the ball. The Lions defensive line is just going to destroy the Bengals offensive line. And there is like the Lions have just been on an insane ATS run, 38-13-1, 52 game run here for the Lions and Dan Campbell. And then there was this, I saw this interview. It was sad. It was touching. It was David Montgomery. It's his first time playing in his hometown of Cincinnati, but it's certainly going to be a huge game for him. His sister got in a really bad car accident. She's paralyzed from the neck down. The entire family is going to be at the game with her first time watching him play since her injury. So if you're looking for a little motivation angle, certainly David Montgomery, he's going to be fired up for this game. And I don't know, man, this Bengals team this Lions team thrives in these spots. I think they run it up on him. Give me Detroit laying the 10.
So I fell down a rabbit hole of reading a report off of the Amon-Ra St. Brown and his brother's podcast, whatever the name of that is. Anyway, he's basically, someone asked him if he was playing NBA 2K at 4 a.m. on Sunday before the Browns game. He did like I cannot confirm nor deny, because my theory about the only traps in the building were on Dan Campbell's shoulders. That might have been incorrect. They might have been actually looking ahead in the Cleveland game. But to me, the big thing that stands out is that they were the most efficient team that's run the ball against the Cleveland Browns defense last week. I think they're going to have a field day just running the ball here. Yeah. And we saw what Denver was easily able to cover a big number like this, granted at home, just running the ball, literally just running the ball. I think that Dan Campbell's going to see how they quit on tape, and he's going to show it to his offensive line and say, make them quit. Easiest lay ever. Even again, another one that public's all over this. So yeah, we're riding with.
I don't know. There's just it's a public spot, but like, do you really what's your case for this Bengals?
I don't have one.
Like they don't. Their best weapons are the receivers. They don't have a quarterback that can get them the ball. They don't have an offensive line. They can't get the run game going. Their defense is a sieve.
Chase Brown has been comically bad. The offensive line has not helped, but Chase Brown has been comically bad. They can't block. So yeah, I think all around, like, and I saw something I don't remember the exact numbers, but basically Aiden Hutchinson very good against bad. Like he really does most of his damage against the bad linemen he faces, and so he could have an absolute field day too. Laying it with Detroit. This is another one I feel pretty strongly about. Washington heads to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Will there be a lot of Commander football team Redskins fans in the building in Los Angeles? I was thinking about
decent
this.
amount, yeah.
Not as much as the where you'd say they're taking it over, but certainly there'll be a couple.
Good turnout.
Washington's on a back-to-back road spot, and they will be getting Jaden Daniels back as Marcus Mariota looked a lot better in the first game than the second game. Chargers laying 2.5 here, -145 on the money line. Washington +125. 48 is the total. No Terry McLaurin most likely.
Yeah, that's
which
big.
I think still matters. And I don't know, like where are we at with Jaden Daniels at this point?
Yeah, I mean, if he's going to be out there, is he going to be 100%? And if he's not 100%, is he as deadly? Like obviously he's awesome when he's fully mobile.
They claim 100%, and Jaxson Dart just ran. If you don't take away the long run that was called back to holding, I mean, he almost had a 100-yard day.
Who?
Jaxson Dart. If that holding call isn't called back, he has I think 92 yards.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of that is just Jaxson Dart also had a bunch of attempts. He's going to be a run first guy because he doesn't know what he's doing back there.
But that's kind of Jaden Daniels games. I mean, I get it. He's coming off an injury, so you'd think he's not going to run as much. Which if he doesn't run as much, this Chargers defense, they sit back and they confuse you with their zones, and that I don't know if that's the best formula for him without Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I guess to me the concerning stuff is I do like the Chargers here. I'm always going to like the Chargers off a loss with Jim Harbaugh, 12-4 ATS after a loss. If you take out the 2014, so kind of more his recent stuff there.
That O-line though.
I'm a little worried. Yeah, Joe Alt obviously is going to be out, but does Washington have the pass rush? Yeah, but I feel like this Chargers team. I just look at what Michael Penix did against the Redskins in a similar situation, right at home, being able to throw on them. I think I don't know if they're going to be able to run, but I think maybe they can run too. Like I think Keenan Allen's going to have a big game, and I think that's going to end up being the difference. I will take the Chargers here. To me, it's just Herbie and Harbaugh off a loss. And Harbaugh and Herbert as favorites have actually kind of been a decent play as well. The small favorite here. It's a tough travel spot for the Redskins as well. Coming from Atlanta back to the East Coast, back to the West Coast. I don't know if they're going to have that typical road team home advantage in LA. So I do like Chargers here. Give me the Chargers.
I think the main reason you can Washington really hasn't. I mean they haven't really rushed the passer all that well, and so maybe you can figure that Harbaugh and they can get out there, make sure that they patch together the offensive line, because if what happens against the Giants happens, they're going to be in trouble regardless. But I kind of like the matchups for both defenses, honestly. But I'm going to lay it with the Chargers. I think the big thing here is that if Jaden Daniels is consciously trying to not run because he doesn't want to get hurt, he's clearly not as good of a quarterback.
Yeah,
and that's probably not being factored in here. Sunday night football, Patriots, Bills, little AFC East battle here, Sean. -8 for Buffalo, which I can tell you were some journalism I did earlier. Cousin Mush says that it's short. The number's short at 8. -420 on the money line. Patriots +340. 50 is the total, which that also stood out as being quite high, considering just my historical memories of this rivalry. I know the Bills, who I thought were way closer to being healthy last week, the Milano Ed Olivers of the world, are maybe even going to miss this game. I don't have a good read on that. And I don't know. Buffalo kind of messed around last week, and it was a look ahead spot. They fucked around. They almost found out.
Yeah.
So do they just get right here? Like not overthink it.
I was kind of going back and forth because I do the Patriots. I like fading the Patriots in general.
After that 40.
I like
whatever.
fading the Patriots after that huge win against a dog shit Panthers team at home. Now you're going on the road. I hadn't thought about this, but this is a fun nugget. Drake May's first career NFL start at night. His first primetime start since first time playing competitive football at night since November 25th, 2023, UNC at NC State. Little different environment here at old Ralph Wilson. I think the Bills are going to be up for this game, and you could kind of talk me into the idea of like, hey, Pats are well coached. Their defense with Christian Gonzalez that plugs some holes back there for them.
I don't think that matters against the Bills though. The Bills aren't the kind of team where
no, they don't. Who's their good receiver?
That's what I mean. Who are you going to take out of the game?
But I still think it does help their pass game. Now, Stephon Diggs, who I've been clowning, he had a nice game finally. Maybe this is a revenge game.
Is that so? If Steph Diggs is hyper focused on revenge, is that good or bad for the Patriots?
Don't know. The two nuggets that stood out to me as far as because I think the Bills win. It's just like, all right, can they cover this 8? I would like to see. Now,
what about
Ed Oliver and Matt Milano did participate in practice. They were limited, so there's at least a chance they play.
If you had asked me before I read anything today, I would have told you 100% they're playing this week.
And talking to our buddy Adam, of course, managing editor, Sports Gambling Podcast, he was saying coin toss, but he was not optimistic about Matt Milano and Ed Oliver. The guy that matters on defense, and he's on a crazy run here, Joey Bosa, baby. He is the first player with 4 forced fumbles through the first 4 games of a season since 2019. Khalil Mack and Whitney Merciless, both in that 2019 season. Fun little nugget there. So I think the difference, and we saw this New England team. Why did they lose against the Steelers? They turned the ball over. They didn't turn the ball over at all against the Panthers team. I think this Bills team is going to be able to turn over the New England Patriots. And again, it's kind of a simplistic formula, but now it's 26 straight games where the Bills have not lost the turnover battle. So if this is an even turnover battle, or if the Bills win, I think both lends it to the Bills covering at home. So yeah, give me the Bills laying the 8.
I think the big handicap here is that we just watched Drake May play like in an optimal situation. They had multiple big time special teams plays, just a lot of things going right. And I do think Buffalo wasn't a look ahead spot last week because they were looking ahead to this game. So I think Josh Allen rolls. I think what New England is susceptible on the back end, even with Christian Gonzalez. And I think that's what we're going to see in this game. I think we're going to see some fun, lesser known Bills receivers catching deep passes down the field as they continue to be able to pound the rock, lay it, and put it in the teaser pile. We got a lot of the games in the teaser pile. Monday Night Football, Kansas City, Jacksonville. Great Jersey matchup here as the Chiefs are laying 3, -180 on the money line, +155 for the Jags. 47 is the total. It's possible this one. Nope, it is not moved. Some places are offering 3.5. I'm seeing the Circa still slapping right on that 3. Chiefs take to the road after a get right game against I guess one of the worst defenses in the National Football League.
They're pretty bad.
The Jags have actually been good on defense.
No, it's like Liam Cohen. He fixed the defense.
Have you been over into the Jags subreddit?
No, I don't Google Jagoffs.
You got to be careful, but if you weren't already in on the Jags, this Liam Cohen trying to fight Robert Saleh on the field.
Well, Kramer, do you and I think CJ's on it as well. The Liam Cohen Coach of the Year.
Oh my goodness!
Certainly,
it's great for that. But the fan base, whatever part of the fan base thought he was some fucking little nerdy boy,
you can't even get a seat in the jacuzzi at the game.
He's not a nerdy boy anymore. So I mean, I don't know. The vibes will be very good for this game, and it all comes down to will Trevor Lawrence do something to cost them the game. As they continue to install the offense, I'm going to say no, sir. No, sir. And more importantly, I just like the way their defense has been playing. I think their defensive line is going to give some problems up front for Kansas City.
Sure.
And I don't think we've seen Kansas City be an explosive offense except for the Ravens game.
Yeah. And the big difference there was they got Xavier Worthy back,
and they were playing the Ravens.
Again, why I played him as my money line dog last week. That's how you tout, Ryan. Just a subtle toss of the
I don't need to
reminder. And the Jags front seven can get some pressure, sure, but at the end of the day, Ryan, it's a Monday night prime time game.
Showtime, Mahomes.
There's gonna be a little friendly whistle for
Showtime, Mahomes.
No, not in
and
Jacksonville.
the difference is turnovers. And who's gonna have more turnovers? Well, wait, who's gonna have less turnovers?
Showtime, Mahomes.
Yeah, that's the difference in this game. Now the defense has been getting by, creating all these turnovers. They've done a great job intercepting teams, picking them off, but with an extra day to prepare, that's always helpful for a guy named Andy Reid against a coach making his fifth start here as a head coach. I think he's gonna show him a couple things, take him behind the woodshed. This will be a fun game. 27-21, Chiefs get the win and the cover.
Surprise! Here's what I'm going to make a very pointed.
Chiefs own the Jags, Ryan.
I'm going to make a very pointed prediction here.
Great.
Jags are able to run the ball methodically against the Chiefs defense.
Okay.
That will be the surprising takeaway
Honestly,
from Monday Night Football.
To me, it's like just a turnover battle. And
No,
I think
I understand.
Chiefs
I'm living
can
on
win
the
it.
edge there, but
Living on the edge.
I'm fully on the Jag wagon, back rock hard.
I'll be rooting for you and all the Jag-offs because I don't feel strongly enough to lock this Chiefs game up, but I gotta take him. When getting Worthy back and getting the offense
the
going,
Giants with
Spagnuolo versus Trevor Lawrence is a great matchup.
The Giants with Russ at quarterback were competitive with this team for a little bit.
No.
They just because they blew out the Ravens who had no one playing. I'm on
Xavier
the Jags.
Worthy's the difference. He opens it up. The speed.
Okay.
Look at the offense with and without Tyreek Hill. Having a speed guy opens things up. Besides what he adds to them personally, like just the threat of his speed.
We'll see if they have time for those deep throws.
I'm sure Vetta in the chat, love her. Will be on her Jags and having some. Well, maybe not. Sometimes she's betting on the Jags.
She'll be there,
and she said, "Let's go Jags. The bank's gonna be lit." I didn't know they're. See, I'm a Phillies fan. They call it Citizens Bank, the bank. I didn't know.
Not the only bank, Sean.
Well, banks love sponsored stadiums.
Yeah, it's a good way to launder money.
All right, let's close things out. Time for our lock, dog, and tease. Close it out, and we'll close it out with a song afterwards to play us out. As the great, well,
let me get prepared.
Got to keep the mojo alive, Ryan. That's why I was giving you a heads up there.
It came on in the car. I was playing a different thing, and it's in the rotation now.
Well, a lot of people are asking, just put in the point spread song over on Spotify. You have to do adding cover the spread sometimes because Cassandra Irene Norman is the artist, and we'll save it for the end.
It's called The Point Spread parentheses cover the spread end parentheses.
All right, for me, first lock, give me Arizona -7. Second lock, give me the give me the Philadelphia Eagles -3.5. Bonus lock, give me the Tampa Bay Bucks +3.5. The dog is the New York Jets on the money line. They get off the schneid. Give me the Jets +120 on the money line. I also like the Bucks on the money line as well. I was debating those two, but I'll go with the Tampa Bay +3.5, Philly -3.5, Arizona -7, Jets +120 for my tees. Let's go Indy down to -1. Give me Buffalo down to -2, and give me Give me.
You can do it.
No, I do like the Vikings, but that's I'll take the Rams down to 2.5. Certainly, it's a little. And you know what? No, I mentioned how that is a bad tease earlier. Detroit -4. Keep it chalky. Indy -1, Buffalo -2, Detroit -4 for the tease. Locks: Eagles -3.5, Bucks +3.5, and Arizona laying the 7. Kramer, Jets on the money line.
Lock number 1. I'm also on Arizona. I'm shocked that you're willing to lock up the tot.
It's just a fade of the.
No, I understand that. You're still locking it up. I'm also going to lock up the extra donkey Detroit Lions -10.
I do like that play.
I'm also going to lock up. Let's lock up. I'm debating if I want to play the close your eyes special. I haven't locked up a close your eyes special yet.
Okay.
I don't know if I necessarily want to start with the Panthers. You know what? I won't. Let's stick to the plan. Lock up the.
You're right over there.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a little parched. Let's lock up the Las Vegas Raiders +7.
Oh, that's a bad play.
Okay. Dog Jacksonville Jaguars +155.
Who could have seen this coming?
Well, it's a great play. And for the teaser, I'll leave Thursday night off, although that's a fabulous leg. Teaser leg number 1. Let's do the Jets up to 8.5. Even though Sean said don't tease the Jets, give me the Giants up to 8.
That is a gross tease.
And give me the. You know what? Let's take the Broncos up to 9.5. No, actually, scratch that. Bills to 2.
Buffalo.
I was overthinking it. I was going to leave it off, but no.
Okay, so circa millions, pretty easy. Arizona -7. Detroit -10. Raiders +7. Still time to get out of that one. And then my locks: Philly -3.5, Tampa Bay +3.5. So we got 2 dogs, 3 favorites. Our circus survivor is Arizona Cardinals.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
How do we feel about it? Will it be the chalk?
Yeah, but I think with this 49ers injury, I think they're going to get a little bit of steam. The Rams, and then I think the Colts are going to get a little. Shout out to our buddies over at Survivor Atlas. They do a really good job, like tracking this, giving you projections. Although not, I mean, we have one entry. I don't think we need to worry about fading consensus or anything. But
no, we just got to pick teams that win.
Yes,
we got to really just focus on that.
It's a good strategy.
Yeah.
So they here's the week 5 Survivor projections. Arizona 35%, Colts 19%, Detroit 15%, Rams 9%, Buffalo 7%. So I think they got a decent handle on that. Yeah, so I'm fine. Fading the Titans one more time, and yeah, we got of course tomorrow afternoon 2:00 Pacific live youtube.com/sportsgambling podcast. The Laddie Daddy himself and us, CJ Sullivan, will be joining the program. Coming off his 5-0 props episode, can he run it back? You're gonna want to tune in. Appreciate everyone tuning in as always. Smashing that subscribe button. Smash! Telling a buddy, telling a friend. That's how we grow. We don't have a budget. We're not corporate gambling. Word of mouth. And of course, as always,
thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Oh, let's have a good weekend, Sean.
Kramer. Let it ride. Hit it.
No, this is very awkward. There we go.
Oh, let's go.
I'm wet.
Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. I bet my last time and I'm waiting with dread. Oh Lord, please help me cover.
You know I'm a degenerate.
I bet the money line on my parlay card.
Spinal.
My team
I am an East Carolina fan.
go downtown.
just sipping that beautiful whiskey you guys gave me for Christmas.
Dong, dong, dong. Chase me around the block. Bill collectors are calling me round the clock. I gamble all night. My eyes are red. The dice are all rain. I got poker in my head. Oh Lord,
Please help me cover the spread.
The time is running down. Let's make a first down. I need some luck to make a buck. Oh Lord, we're a point behind. Let's come from behind. Let's go ahead and give me a touchdown. Oh Lord, please help me cover the spread. It's fourth down, the goal line is just ahead. They scored a touchdown and covered the spread. They scored a touchdown and covered the spread. Oh Lord, thank you so much. My rent is paid. Oh Lord, I love you so much. We covered the point spread. We covered the point spread. We covered the point spread.